How do you motivate yourself? Do you use cars, watches, money, girls, things like this? Things everybody's talking about, things everybody wants? Or is there something deeper? You see, with these external factors like validation and fancy material things, there's a risk of burnout, risk of you not wanting, a risk of you thinking it's stupid. Why? Because you're outsourcing motivation, things gets you going, to something external, to someone else. For example, if the watches won't be as cool in 10 years' time, then the motivation is going to disappear. And this can happen with everything. Everything can get out of trend and out of zeitgeist. So you're literally building a house on unstable soil. You're using something that's unstable, something that's ever changing, is the base of your being. You're using it as your motivation, your drive. And it's gonna hurt you in the long run. Because as I said, with the metaphor of the house, you're building on unstable soil, and once it eventually crumbles, you won't know how to continue. So, this is the external validation, the external motivation, the external. But you can actually get something out of yourself. You can build an internal motivation engine, one that will become your main driving factor. And the thing is, everybody talks about it. Everybody talks about not going in for the external thing that the success will make you happy and things like this. And it's true, you have to succeed to know it. But how do you actually motivate yourself internally? What makes you motivated? How can you motivate yourself by yourself without any external things? How to do it? Well, here's how. Do things that make you impress yourself. This again might sound vague, but let me explain. Imagine you're in the gym. It's leg day, of course, the hellish day of just burning pain. And you're doing squats. You have 4 sets, 15 to 20 reps. It's just a total grind, burn, and yeah, it's horrible. You go there, you warm up, you do 50%, 60, 70, and now it's time for the working weight. Get like 100 kgs on, step under the bar, lift it up, you brace, and you start doing. You do about 10 reps, and then it starts burning. You feel the quads, you feel the glutes, you feel everything. It's your breathing is getting faster. You even feel like puking to some extent. Blood fills up your lungs, or at least you feel like it. It's just it feels like hell. You wanna quit? You're 10 reps in, you're supposed to do 15 or 20. And now is when the decision comes in. The thing that makes you impress yourself. The first outcome is that you stop because it's fucking horrible. It's overpowers your discipline and your willpower. You feel the pain, so you're like, okay, I've done enough. I feel like fucking dying. So you drag the weight, and after like 10 seconds, you feel normal again. Then you feel like, yeah, you could have like done more, and you should have done more. You feel like it, and you feel like a little disappointed in yourself. You feel a little void growing in your chest, but you pay no mind. So you do the next set, and this time you try to push a little further, so you do 11 reps, but you still know you could have done more. And this little energy of just grinding through takes you all the way through your workout. And after you change, after you finish it, you go down the stairs and your legs aren't shaking as they're supposed to be. Again, feels weird, the void grows in your chest. You feel a little disappointed, but again, you pay no mind because it's just like a small change. Dr. Mike Israel told you to fucking, I don't know, told you to have reps in reserve, so you did it and you just continue. Okay, great. Then the week passes and you're commuting and you see a like cute girl and you think to yourself, yeah, maybe I should approach her, maybe I should talk to her, get her number, because hey, why not? That's how you meet people. And yeah, your brain then starts scoping and saying things like, yeah, she's not even that pretty, yeah, she might have a boyfriend, yeah, I'm gonna embarrass myself, things like this. And after a while of overthinking and thinking, you just then decide not to do anything. And then again, the grow, and then again, the void grows in your chest. Fast forward a few years, you're still in the same place you're supposed to be. Yeah, fuck. Fast forward a few years, You're in the same place you used to be, and you feel like you're in a plateau, like nothing's changing. Now for the second outcome. You feel the pain, you feel the blood in your lungs, you feel sweat dripping down your nose. But you said you're supposed to go from 15 all the way to 20 reps. So you continue squatting. It goes slowly. It's a grinder, like total grind. You have to like take little pauses at the top. You're even like panicking, you're breathing heavily. But you continue. You do 15 reps, you do 16, and then you rack it. And you thought to yourself, like, I was gonna die at 10, and I did 16. Like 6 reps at this intensity. But after this thought of yours, you eventually notice that your legs don't work. So you actually fucking collapse on the floor under the rack, sweating, almost crying, feeling all the emotions, feeling you're gonna die, but feeling a little euphoria in it. So you then start laughing at yourself, and it feels like bliss. It feels like it's supposed to be, like it's heaven. You've done something, you're improving your life. Then the rest break goes away in 3-4 minutes, and then again, another 3 sets continue. But this time, you know you can do the 16, so we go again. You go, you try the 16, you try even for the 17, and it goes real slowly, really slowly, but you manage to get it through. The rest break this time isn't as euphoria filled, but it's more focused. You go, you sit down instead of just lying on the floor. You again breathe heavily, but you know, like, you feel like a G. You notice that your chest is more open, that you're a little calmer. You're still breathing heavily, but you feel better. And this positive energy, this feeling of a winner, carries you through the whole workout. Once the workout finishes, you try to go downstairs, but yeah, you almost break your legs on the stairs because they're shaking that much. But you know, you did enough. You did more than enough. You did excellently. You go home, you sleep nicely. Then, eventually, like with the story before, a week passes and you're commuting. Now you see the same girl, but this time, without thinking like, yeah, she might have a boyfriend, without overthinking, you then go and approach to her. You make her laugh. The energy is flowing with you. You have some chemistry. You get her number, and again, you feel like a winner. The energy grows, you feel the posture improve, and so does your confidence. You have now officially impressed yourself because you did things you thought of yourself impossible. See the difference? The difference was 5 reps, even 6 reps. Like that's nothing. That's a quarter of your working set. And this little difference made it so that you ended up with a girl instead of not ended up. And that can be massive. Like, you know, the girl could become your wife or something like this. Life is like airplanes, you know. When it flies up from the airport, it has its course. But if you offset the course by one slight degree, you might end up in a totally different country after long enough. One small change doesn't seem like something big in the moment. It could be anything from like skipping your 10 minutes of meditation or skipping the daily push-ups you do in the morning to get your blood flowing. Anything all the way up to skipping the whole session or the 5 reps in the set. And this one small change doesn't seem like much. It's actually like extremely big since it opens the door for other behaviors. And if you allow it to come in, then the same kind of behavior comes in. This means if you slack, more slacking comes in. If you win, more winning comes in. It's a double-edged sword to some extent. So might as well use the right edge. Also another thing you might have heard about this topic is that people say that winners go the extra step, they go the extra way, they stay in for the next hour, they do more. And this is the same thing. When you do more, you do slightly more. You do slightly more than everyone else. You might perhaps stay 5 minutes drilling in the class after it's already over, or you might stretch after the workout and things like this, like small little changes take you like 10 minutes maximum. It doesn't feel like anything. It feels productive for you, of course, but other people are like, yeah, that's a fucking waste of time. I would rather spend my 10 minutes of life doing something else. But these things are small in the moment, but as with the plane, one slight little change in degree and you end up totally somewhere else. And it's precisely fucking right. do one small little change towards the better, and you're gonna end up totally somewhere else. And they might not feel like, and they might not feel like something great, but they are. And also, these little things are the things that make you impress yourself. The things that outgrow and outdo your self esteem. And they are the things. So, next time when you don't know what to do, just think to yourself, what would impress myself? Or what would the best version of me do? What would I do if I were 10 years older and already successful? Then don't even think about it and just do it.